Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. If you're new here, my name is Brian Craig. Make sure you like the video. If you're not already, please subscribe. And man, do we have a lot to talk about today. There is no getting around that. And some of it's good, but a lot of it is not. And, you know, you look at this story about gas prices. I mean, it's official now. The gas prices, you know, the average comes out all the time. Gas prices have officially, as of this morning, gas prices have officially doubled since Inauguration Day. Right? I mean, and they're breaking $10 now in parts of California. And I know a lot of people will say, well, you know, California, you know, they got all their taxes, they got all their things going on, you know. But this is nationwide, okay? And, you know, we had a tropical storm coming here in Florida this week that hit us yesterday. So Thursday, I went and loaded up on gas. Bought gas for my generator, bought gas for our cars, everything, filled everything, and it was a lot of money. I spent more money on gas Thursday than I've ever spent on gasoline in my life. And, you know, what's scary about this, you know, gas prices have doubled since Biden took office. And he's not done yet. They've doubled as of now. So from this point forward, it's going to be more than doubled, right? I mean, there's just no end in sight for this guy. And, you know, of course, the Democrats say, well, this will get people into their green cars. Yeah, you know, listen, I know everyone's talked about this part. People can't afford the green cars. Right? Can't afford the green cars. How can you afford to buy a car far beyond what your normal budget would be for a car when you have less money? There's massive inflation, so the dollar is worth a lot less than it was when Biden took office. But the gas prices, you know, this is the thing. I talk about this a lot. A lot of conservatives don't talk about this too much because, I don't know, maybe it doesn't occur to them. But people assume that certain industries are like Republican industries, right? Oil companies and is one of them. Oil companies love it when Democrats are in power. They love it because the price of their product, oil, gasoline, goes through the roof. So this whole idea that oil companies are in the, you know, Republicans are in the pocket of the oil companies and the oil companies love Republicans. That's a big urban legend. It's just not true. When Republicans are in office, gas is cheap. If you're an oil company, you want to sell what you produce at the highest price possible, gas or oil. So no, the oil companies, they love the Democrats more than the Republicans. Republicans might help them out here and there, but, you know, the shutting down of drilling here and drilling there and this pipeline and that pipeline and other things, that's what drives the price up, and that's what the oil companies like. So don't believe this nonsense that the oil companies are in bed with the Republicans. It's just not true. Well, welcome to the stream, everyone who's just joining us. Thanks so much for spending time with me. Please subscribe if you're not. I want to welcome all the members to the channel. And if you're not already a member, become one. There's a join button next to the subscribe button. And if you watch on your iPhone, you'll have to go on YouTube on your browser. But on Android, the join button is on the app. I have some coffee here this morning. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Yeah, so these prices are out of control. So look at this. Look at this story here. Let's just go through it. Daily Mail. Gas prices have doubled since Biden took office. Gallon of fuel now costs an average of $4.81 and hits $10 in parts of California. The price for a gallon has doubled since President Joe Biden took office in January of 2021. At that time, the average gallon ran you $2.39. Now, I remember I went to Mar-a-Lago to see President Trump on Inauguration Day, right? I've talked about this. I filled up my car that day, and I paid about $1.59 a gallon on my way to Mar-a-Lago. And I took note of that in my mind because I knew it was going to go up. I never imagined it would go up this high. But in some places, it's much higher. A Chevron in California was seen charging nearly $10 for a gallon of regular unleaded on Friday. That price is even up 5 cents from Friday alone as Republicans continue to hammer the current administration on the pinch at the pump. Joe Biden's war on American energy has forced families across the country to empty their wallets to fill their tanks, says Ronna McDaniel. I don't trust Ronna McDaniel. I don't know. Is she the niece of Mitt Romney? I don't know. Earlier this week, the Biden press secretary, Jean-Pierre, continued to try to coin the phrase Putin's price hike. Oh, my goodness. You have to be just an idiot to start talking about Putin's price hike. What the hell do we get from Putin? And, of course, the prices were going up in a steady northern direction before the attack on Ukraine. And, you know, that, like I said at the top of the stream, what's scary about this, think about this, gas prices doubling, right? They have officially doubled, but this is just the beginning. He's not done yet. The best is yet to come from Biden, right? Oh, my goodness. And he's totally checked out on this. This is the deal when you're dealing with the Democrats, right? All of them are rich, the ones that are in power, right? The ones that hold power. What did they do to get rich? Think about it. Like Donald Trump, we know what Donald Trump did, right? He was born to a wealthy family, but he took that, you know, and made himself a multi-billionaire, and we know how he did it, right? Golf resorts, hotels, condominiums, you know, all these things. The Apprentice. Everyone knows how Donald Trump made his money. How did all of these Democrats that are in power make their money? Well, through government corruption. They're all corrupt public officials who take bribes. Now the bribes are legal because, you know, Congress makes the laws and they make the laws to benefit them, and they make laws to make their crimes legal, and that, you know, they get all this money from donors through their, you know, everybody and their families on the payroll. And the higher you are in government, the more people on your payroll from your own family, right? Like Pelosi's husband. All right, Pelosi's husband is to Nancy Pelosi what Hunter Biden is to Joe Biden. You know, you understand what I mean? The Clinton Foundation. They got all these rackets going. So they're all rich, and they didn't earn their money. They didn't earn their money. So they have no understanding of the struggles that people are facing when gas prices go up, which of course affects the price of everything and makes the price of everything go up. And they just don't get it. They don't get it. They're that out of touch. And, you know, there was a time, you know, Democrats, there's a lot of reasons why Democrats are out and in trouble. A lot of reasons, you know. But one of them is, there's many reasons, but one of the reasons is the Democrats have lost touch with the pulse of the American people. They're being run by these uber-rich, corrupt people who have no understanding of the real world, have never had a job in their life, have never earned a dollar in their life, and they just don't get it. They don't understand it. And I remember when Trump was running for office the first time, I saw him on an interview. This was, you know, back in 2015 or something. And I can't remember who was interviewing him, but they asked President Trump, you know, he's like the everyday billionaire, right? Like the working man's billionaire or something they were calling him at the time. And they were asking, why is it working people that don't have a lot of money connect with you so much? And he said, when I was a kid, my dad would take me to the construction sites. And remember, he talked about how his dad would go through the construction sites and pick up the nails to reuse them and everything. He talked about that. But he said, I got to know these construction guys. So he understood what's going on. And President Trump was very closely involved with making payrolls and health insurance and his employees in the service industry. And in the service industry, you know, hotel workers, people like that, they don't earn a lot of money. So he understands what it is people like that go through. You know, and these people that are in government today don't have a clue. They're totally checked out. Totally checked out. And I give you an example. Look at this. This just blew my mind. Look at this. Joe Biden claims more Americans feel financially comfortable since he took office. Really? How many of you feel financially more comfortable since Biden took office. Now, if you're like Mayor Pete and you're on the government corruption gravy train, okay, or you got some book deals and all this stuff, you probably feel great. But if you're like a regular person, I don't think so. So, no, he actually said it. Watch this. This is Biden talking here. He actually said it. Let me see if I can play this audio, if it'll play.
Since I took office, families are carrying...
The audio's not working for me for some reason. Oh, well. Well, you can read it. He said it. I'll just read the quote. Since I took office, families are carrying less debt and more Americans feel financially comfortable. How are families carrying... Who are the families that are carrying less debt since he took office? Because prices are so high, people are charging things that they may not normally charge because they don't have the cash, because things are so expensive, so they got to whip out the credit card. Who is carrying less debt? Who is feeling financially more comfortable today? Are you kidding? Oh, it was working? I just didn't hear it. Then why didn't I hear it? I don't know. I got to work on it.
Since I took office, families are...
Yeah, well, I can't hear it, so if I can't hear it, I can't play it for you guys. I'll have to, maybe I won't be able to play any audio on the stream today, but that's okay. We'll get through it. But when you're this guy, and think about this. He's got the nuclear football, right? He's in charge of our lives, and he thinks this is true. Since I took office, families are carrying less debt, more Americans feel financially comfortable. Now, here's the question. Does Joe Biden believe that? Is he so checked out and is getting briefed by these people around him that he actually believes that's true? Oh, now I want to tell you, I do have the phones turned on. If you would like to call me live on the stream, you can. It's the same number I use on the radio during the week, 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. You can call me live on the stream right now, 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. Oh, man. I think he believes it. I really do think that Joe Biden believes that people are financially better because he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He only knows what they tell him is the truth. I believe he believes it. I don't know. Let me know. Give me a yes or a no. Does Biden really believe that families are more financially comfortable since he's in office? Yes or no? Is he lying, or does he actually believe that? I'm not talking about Jean-Pierre. I'm talking about Biden. Does Biden actually believe Americans feel financially more comfortable since he took office than before? Yes or no? I think he actually believes it. I think he is so far gone in his cognitive decline, in his Alzheimer's, or whatever he has going on up there, that he actually believes it. That's my opinion. Yeah, you guys believe? I mean, that's scary. I mean, that's absolutely frightening to me when you think about that. I mean, and this is the guy that is running our lives, right into the ground. I mean, he's screwing us all. It's, and this is what's scary. This is what's scary. We are not even halfway through this nonsense. The adventure has just begun. Well, the yeses that he believes it have it. I mean, I saw one no there from Patrick. Patrick, his mind is so far gone, man. All he knows is what they tell him. Oh, man. By the way, if you're in the chat, tell me where you're at. Like what state or city or country if you're not in the United States. Just curious where everyone's at. Now, of course, I'm very lucky. I'm in Ron DeSantis' free Florida. And I know all of you wish you were in Ron DeSantis' free Florida, too, don't you? Who does not want to be in Ron DeSantis' free Florida? And the weather is beautiful today. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Don't forget, by the way, if you did not already, check out my podcast from last night. Kathy and I uploaded a new podcast last night, and it's a really good one. Joy Reid had a panel saying the most awful things about my great governor, Ron DeSantis. And you will not want to miss that podcast. It was very good. I did upload it here to the YouTube channel, and the Brian Craig Show podcast, which was named the number 3 must-listen-to conservative podcast in America. Number 1 was Mark Levin, which is a rebroadcast of his radio show. So I don't even think that counts as a podcast, but I'll give it to him. Number 2 was Glenn Beck's The Blaze podcast. And number 3, the Brian Craig Show podcast, named the 3rd must-listen-to conservative podcast in America. And the Brian Craig Show podcast is on all podcast platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're even on Audible. If there's a podcast platform, we are on it. So make sure you check that out. And I do upload the podcast here to my YouTube channel. And last night's show was particularly good. AOC. What is she doing here? AOC says she awakened to her indigenous heritage while protesting the Dakota pipeline with Native American tribes. Bronx-born socialist says she wants to connect to her Caribbean, how do you pronounce this word? Taino roots? Tiano roots? I guess that's some Indian tribe from the Caribbean. She's now an Indian. You know, this is the thing with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I call her AOC, but for this point, we got to call her by her real name, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She is getting in touch with her indigenous heritage. Now she's an Indian all of a sudden. Isn't that how convenient? She's all of a sudden, she's like Elizabeth Warren, another fake Indian. But who is the most famous Cortez ever? It's not her. There's only one other Cortez that I know of, right? Who's that? Cortez the Conquistador, who killed like all the South American Indians. So while she's buddying up with the Indians and saying that she's now an Indian with this whatever this is, I don't even know what this is. She's got some apologizing to do because she is the descendant from Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's like having the last, in Latin America, Cortez is like Hitler. Hitler times like 1,000. Cortez did to the native indigenous Indian populations of South America what Hitler was trying to do to the Jews. He exterminated the Indian tribes of Latin America, her ancestor. So, while she's buddying up with the Indians in Dakota, who I don't even know if they're, really Indians. A lot of people claim to be Indians because they have brown skin or something, like that guy that was harassing Nick Salmon, and you find out they're not Indians. But the Indians need to start asking her for, some reparations. Maybe she can give that Tesla that she wants to get rid of to some Native American kid who needs a car to make up for what her conquistador Cortez ancestor did to the Indians. Oh my goodness, she is just I call her Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka. I mean, she's an idiot, spoiled, and incredibly entitled. But I got some stories here though I want to go through with you guys. By the way, welcome everyone to the stream. If you're just joining us, make sure you like the video, subscribe. And if you'd like to call in, you can call me toll-free, 1-888-465-2631. Toll-free call from anywhere, 888-465-2631. I want to take a quick moment, though, to tell you about, of course, the Thomas Edison of sleep, Mike Lindell. Oh, man, Mike Lindell, the great Mike Lindell. Now, when you use my promo code Kane at checkout, the BOGO extravaganza continues, but Father's Day is coming up. Now, when you go to mypillow.com, right, so here's mypillow.com, click down here to the radio listener specials, and this is like the sale of the year. You can see right here. Mike Lindell himself. The slipper blowout sale of the year. Saved $90. The regular price on the MyPillow My Slippers, $139.98. But with my promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, $90 off, just $49.98. And you know what? With every purchase at MyPillow.com, you get a free copy of Mike Lindell's autobiography, What Are the Odds? From Crack Addict to CEO. And these are the ones I have, the fur-lined moccasin ones, and I have these coming, the slip-on version. And I'm going to get these too, so I can have both of them. But $90 off the MyPillow Slipper Blowout Sale of the year. Now, again, you can take advantage of all the specials there at MyPillow.com with my promo code KANE. But this one is just perfect for Father's Day. There is not a MAGA dad anywhere that would not like to wear a pair of Mike Lindell's My Slippers. So go there, take advantage of that with my promo code KANE, KANE. And, of course, you're supporting all of the content that I bring to you, as well as the great Mike Lindell, when you do it. Now, this story here, this is one that my wife, Kathy, was made a very good point about. She was shared this with me this morning. It's really a disgusting story about a disgusting man, but there's certainly a point to be made. Military veteran, age 44, who impregnated his 14-year-old stepdaughter. What a beaut this guy is. Faked his own death to avoid child rape charges. He's been sentenced to 85 years in prison. He planted a gun and a suicide note on a boat before being found alive 2 years later in an RV park. And he faked his own death and everything else. So he got 85 years in prison and $10,000 in fine. So that's a lot of license plates he's got to make. But my wife made a very good point about this sicko, psycho, kitty rapist, right? What got him caught? How did this scumbag get caught? Right? He'd been raping his 14-year-old stepdaughter, but that didn't get him caught. He got caught when she got pregnant. When she got pregnant, he got caught. And, you know, this whole thing about, when we talk about abortion and parental consent, the left are against parental consent. Can you believe they're against parental consent when an underage child goes and has an abortion? You know, a lot of underage girls who have abortions are impregnated by adult men. Now, this guy's 44, but sometimes they're 25. When an underage girl is impregnated by an adult man, it is always rape because a child cannot consent. And what these rapists do when they impregnate their victim is they take them and get them abortions. And since there's no parental consent in a lot of these states around the country, no one ever knows. They don't need any permission. A 14-year-old girl can go in. Now, 14-year-old girl can't get a tattoo. 14-year-old girl can't get her ears pierced at the mall without a parent's permission and consent. But around the country, a 14-year-old girl who can't get her ears pierced at the mall without parental consent can get an abortion without parental consent. So these rapists, they take their victims, they take them and they get the abortion and they destroy the evidence. And because this girl got pregnant and did not have an abortion, he got busted. And now he's doing 85 years. Now, he'll be the victim in prison. He'll be someone's girlfriend in prison, and he'll, But that's, and when you think about that, my wife had pointed that out about this story to me this morning. I saw the story. It was so disgusting. I didn't even read it, but then my wife was pointing this out, that he got caught when the pregnancy happened. That's what these sicko rapists do. And the Democrats help them. The Democrats run around, we're the defenders of women. But really what they're doing is they're covering up. They're helping rapists get away with their crimes because underage girls don't need parental permission, parental consent to get abortions throughout a huge chunk of the country. And in some places, they have parental notification where the parents have to be told, but they still don't need to be consent. They just still don't need to give consent. I know it's insane. Democrats are bad, sick, twisted, weird people that, I mean, can you tell me any good that comes out of Democrats? Can you think of anything good? What is something good the Democrats are bringing us? Can you think of anything? Something good that's coming from the Democrats. I mean, I can't think of it. When's the last time the Democrats did something good? Can you think of anything? I can't think of anything. Can you? Oh, my goodness. Bunch of sickos out there. Really. Really, really, really. Oh, boy. I know. That's how it is. Now, this one, I mean, this is just, Trump, he did say he's not going to go back to Twitter because he's got truth. He's going to stay on truth. He will not. He said at the rally in Wyoming last week, he will not go back to Twitter. Well, Biden's on Twitter, right? Look at this. New report. This is from left-wing Mediaite, okay? And Mediaite's very liberal. So when you're reading a liberal source and they have a negative story about a Democrat, that's an amazing thing because they're attacking their own. And it gives it more credibility when you get these stories from liberal sources. Like if this story was from Fox, people wouldn't accept it on the left. But since it comes from a left-wing source, they can't discredit the source. Report on dysfunction in Biden White House reveals more than 70 people manage his social media accounts. What is this all about? And this was reported also by CNN. Beneath Biden's struggle to break through is a deeper dysfunction among White House aides, reads the headline in this analysis of staffers who are responsible for Biden's messaging efforts. See, I was talking about this the other day on one of the streams. The Democrats, Biden, the baby formula crisis, which, we have a baby famine going on in America today. Babies are going hungry because there's no baby formula in the stores because of Biden. We were talking about the gas prices at the top and his poll numbers are sinking. And what they say to themselves is, well, people aren't upset with us because gas prices are high, inflation is through the roof, there's no food to feed infants with. It's our message is bad. We're just not selling what we're doing to them. So Democrats, Obama was all about this. And since Obama's people are now working for Biden, it's the same old story. They never do anything but try to get better messaging out. And that's what it is. They're always trying to get out. So listen to this. Older aides dismiss the younger aides as being too caught up in the tweet-by-tweet thinking. That's true. But 70 people are monitoring and managing his social media. 70 people. That's a great story. And I'll tell you why. Because it shows, they say dysfunction, but it shows that their main focus is not fixing any of the things we're talking about. Their main focus is messaging, and they don't even have a clear vision of what their message is. 70 people are managing his social media accounts. So how many social media accounts is that, right? Twitter, Facebook. I guess he probably has an Instagram. What else could he have? Biden's so old, they probably still have a MySpace over there. I don't know. What else do they have? But Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. 70 people managing those? How can you have 70 people managing something like that? You know how many people manage Trump's social media? One, President Trump. Now, he would have people tweet for him sometimes, okay? But he would tell them what to tweet. I feel a sneeze coming on. I've been fighting it back for a couple of minutes here, guys, so I'm trying not to sneeze here on the stream. But, he would dictate what to tweet. They weren't managing his Twitter, his social media. He managed it. But sometimes he would say, hey, can you tweet this? That's what, But they've got actually 70, think about this too. 70 people have access to his social media accounts. That means they have login abilities, probably on their cell phones. And that means they have his password. Now, Biden and his team, if they have 70 people who are managing his social media, that means they have access on their phones. That means they have access to his password. How secure is that? You know, if you've got that many people that are doing this, that means that they must have a common password that they use on all of his things. Sounds like a security risk to me, too. And, you know, there have been so many staffers that have left the White House. I saw a story today that more people are leaving. Eventually, someone's going to leave that's part of the 70-member social media team. And since they have access to his social media, they're going to leak that out. They're going to leak out his passwords and everything. This is a disaster waiting to happen for Joe Biden. And you know what? It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Oh, my goodness. You know, and it's just not that they're obsessed with messaging and they're not fixing anything. They don't know how to fix anything. Because, you know, and talk about this sometimes, Joe Biden spent his 150 years in Congress. Congress, if you're in Congress, especially the Senate, it's worse than the House, you do nothing. Nothing. You have no responsibilities. You do nothing. And if they don't know, so they don't know how to fix anything. None of these people have had a regular and real job. I mean, you look at the baby formula crisis. That falls under Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete's never really had a job. He was mayor. He left to go to Afghanistan. They do not even know how to begin fixing things. You know, like this baby formula crisis, right? If Trump was in office, he'd have the baby formula people come to the White House and say, what do you need? And then he'd get together with some people that have other plants that can do canning or whatever, bottling, and get them to change over from making some Sprite that nobody wants to buy into bottling or canning baby formula. And they'd been taken care of. I mean, remember when there was the respirator shortage and President Trump used the Wartime Power Act and got some factories to convert their production into respirators? Now we have too many respirators, right? But this doesn't even occur to them because they don't know how to do anything. All they know how to do is apparently tweet and post to Instagram and Facebook because they got 70 people working on that. Now, this story here, this is a story that they tell us is just not true, and you can't deal with this. And this is, this is also a Mediaite, and I think it's like a negative. New poll: a full 58% of Republicans say white people in this country are being replaced by non-white people, and this is the Great Replacement theory that's always discussed. The Great Replacement theory. And, of course, they tell you on the left this is not true. Watch, Bannon has a guy on the southern border, and you get live reports sometimes from the southern border. Look at what's going on. There is an endless flow of people coming nonstop day and night, 24/7, into the United States. And we know that the childbearing age of Americans, young Americans, they don't have sex like they used to. They don't get married. They live at home with their parents till they're 30 or however old, And the birth rate has really declined among Americans. The Generation Z, the Zoomers, they call them, because they don't leave their houses. They don't leave their computers. They don't leave their video games and social media, whatever it is they're doing. And they don't socialize like people used to, so there's not that kind of interaction that leads to babies. So the birth rate is on a decline. And there's no doubt about it that one of the many reasons, but this is a big one, that they have a completely open border at the southern border is to make the country less white. Now, and I know the left will say, well, when you say that, oh, that's white supremacist. You're no, it's not. The Democrats believe that what is keeping them from having total and complete power in this country is working white people. And they believe that if they can make the country less white and lessen the white majority in the country, that they will have power forever. And that's why they have a completely open border, and the number of people coming across is surpassing the birth rate of young people. It's got to. I mean, how can you keep up with that? It's completely uncontrolled immigration from the southern border, and it is all non-white. Of course, that's what they're doing. What's wrong with saying what they're doing? The Great Replacement Theory, it's called, right? Oh, racist, white supremacist. Well, what's the main reason then? Why is the southern border open? And I'll tell you, I was reading today that some of the people coming across have different colored wristbands on. There is a major organization going. When you're moving that many people, because a lot of them are coming from South America and Central America through Mexico. They're not all if all these people were Mexican, there'd be no one in Mexico, right? They're coming from all of Latin America. When you have that many people traveling, there is it's like moving an army. There's a supply chain. They need water. They need bathroom facilities. They need food. They need baby formula, right? Baby formula, because there's a lot of babies among these people. They don't just pick up in Brazil or Colombia and just walk. That's a long walk. Now, there's an entire military-like operation so far as supply chain. That sneeze is coming back, people. So if I sneeze, I apologize. And there's a massive organization. And the media really aren't interested in that. The media could send people down and find out who's feeding them, where are they getting their water, where are they sleeping at night, how are they feeding their babies, how are they feeding their children. By the way, where are they getting diapers? And when you see, I'll tell you another thing too. When you see the people that are in this long line trekking north towards America, there's not garbage all over the place either. They even have an operation to pick up the trash along the way. This is a military-like operation going on down there. And the media do not want to get into it. Now, I started the stream talking about prices have hit $10 for gas, right? Gasoline prices have doubled. Gasoline prices have doubled since Biden took office, right? We all know this. So what's Biden doing about it? Look at this. Biden will let states and tribes block pipelines. So what this does is what? Makes gas even more expensive. Remember, gas is a futures market, right? The price of gas is based on a lot of things, but one of the things it's priced on is the future availability of it. Why would you be stopping more pipelines and putting in process a way for others to even stop more and more pipelines when gas prices are this out of control? I mean, this alone is impeachable. I mean, it really is. I mean, what Biden is doing is a crime. People cannot afford to fill up their gas tanks. They cannot afford to fill up their gas tanks. And there are two major crises going on in America today. The first and most pressing crisis is the baby famine, right? The baby formula shortage. Nothing being done about that. And the second one are gas prices, right? And gas prices, it's not the only thing, but it's one of the things that's pushing inflation up, right? Those are the two biggest problems facing the United States now, okay? Good morning, Deborah, one of our members to the channel. Welcome, welcome. And what's he doing? He's doing something to make gas prices even higher. I mean, what the hell? I mean, what the hell? You know, I don't know. You know, sometimes I feel like we're being punished. You know, we're being punished. Maybe we are by these people. I don't know, but it's you could not have a heart and be Biden running this country right now. You know, think about it. If Trump were in office, and not even Trump, any Republican, Bush 1, Bush 2, Ronald Reagan, but especially Trump, and gas prices hit $10 a gallon, what would happen? There would be a complete meltdown. You know, a lot of these people in the media, yeah, they're grumbling about it. but they live in these big cities. Like the media are based out of New York. And in New York, people don't drive like those of us who live in a more suburban area, So the gas station, it's really not on their radar. That's why when you turn on Fox, I know it's a story and it's important, but Fox News focuses a lot on crime in New York because they're in New York. So crime in New York is just the biggest deal. It's a big deal, but it's hyped. It takes up more of Fox's content than it should because they're based in New York. And the media, the mainstream media, are all based in New York, pretty much, and they don't fill up their cars with gas. They have drivers that take them everywhere, so it's not even on their radar. So they don't feel the pain at the pump. So that's why they don't really focus on that too much. They don't realize that it's that big of a deal, but it is huge. Yep, let's take a call. Hey there, you're live on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, this is Lisa from Pompano Beach. 5 minutes late. Did you see anything on the news about Biden being over in Delaware about the planes?
Yeah, that's still that happened at Mar-a-Lago when President Trump was in his first term.
Okay.
A small aircraft went in restricted airspace in Delaware,
okay. So nothing more. I haven't heard anything. I just saw it on my computer.
It was nothing. Yeah, we actually there was when Trump was in office. I'm pretty close to Mar-a-Lago, and the president's helicopter used to fly over my house on occasion, and it will again in his second term. But one afternoon, I was sitting here in my house, and a bunch of stuff fell in the garage, and there was this huge noise like I never heard over the house. And what I found out later that day, a small aircraft went in too close to Mar-a-Lago, and they scrambled 2 fighter jets from Homestead Air Force Base here in Florida, and they flew over my house to Mar-a-Lago at supersonic, faster than the speed of sound. And it's they usually don't fly supersonic over residential areas because it can break windows and stuff. It was no biggie with Biden. He probably and you know what? As little as you know about that incident, you probably know more than Biden. He's so checked out.
I know. I just don't know why aren't they doing the 20. I don't.
Well, because who do you got? You got okay. Why don't they 25th Amendment? You think we'd be better off with Willie Brown's girlfriend because she's next in line?
No, but at the end of I'd say at the end of the but no, we wouldn't be better off with her. But something has to give. I mean, something.
Well, I'm gonna cut you off there because I don't know where she's going with that, but it's nowhere we're gonna go. But yeah, we have no choice but to ride this out. I think we'd be worse off with Willie Brown's girlfriend, okay? Because Kamala Harris, by the way, is Willie Brown's girlfriend. Kamala Harris would have so much to prove. She'd have to prove she's not. She's like Chrissy on Three's Company, right? I mean, she's a total dingbat. She's an idiot. She would have to prove she's not a dingbat, that she knows what she's doing, and she'd be much more involved than Pops here. We'd be in big trouble. By the way, let me see. Do any of you know what this is? I know it's a leaf, and because it's green, I have a green screen behind me. So it's kind of, the green screen effect takes place on it. Do you guys know what this is, though? What kind of this is these are some special leaves. These are Donald Trump leaves from Mar-a-Lago. Remember last weekend I made a vlog of my vlog at Mar-a-Lago. I picked this up off the ground. These are Donald Trump leaves, and I'm drying them out so I can permanently keep them. But these are leaves from Mar-a-Lago. I know, aren't they nice? Yeah. I was talking on my stream last week. Many people believe that the Trump leaves have a special medicinal quality to them, that they can actually cure liberalism if you put them in a little bit of tea. But these are actual. I know you guys can't see them because of the green screen, because the green screen effect is taking hold. And I keep them here on my desk right now, but I'm going to press them in something to keep them. Yeah, well, it's a leaf. I promise you, these are leaves. See, I get closer, and the green screen won't take effect. See, these are Trump leaves. Aren't these nice? Yeah. Oh, man. I know. They're lovely. I keep them right here. Little piece of Trump's Mar-a-Lago right here on my desk. Put a piece of paper behind. I don't have any paper that doesn't have writing on it. Hold on. Let me see here. This has copy written on it. Let me see if this will work. Let me see. Does that work? No, it has copy written. You can tell they're leaves. We don't have to do all this stuff. Oh, man. Oh, I know. Isn't it nice? If you're new here, by the way, make sure you subscribe. And everyone in the chat, if you have not already, please like the video. Okay? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I tell you. Yeah, but you are certainly welcome to give me a call. Toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE1. Now, this story is getting a lot of play. The Pizza Hut book about drag kids aimed at children in pre-kindergarten. This is actually trending this morning on Twitter. I guess this is from the book. And this is, I guess this is a boy who was born a boy. Oh, hold on. Hello there. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Anthony from Central Pennsylvania here.
All right, Anthony in Central Pennsylvania. What's up?
Well, I wanted to talk about the gas prices.
Oh,
they
yeah,
haven't
please
crossed
do.
over to $5 in my area yet. But I saw somebody say something the other day. I think it was in one of your videos in a comment. And it went along like it was something about Jimmy Carter. After Jimmy Carter, there wasn't another Democrat for, I don't know if it's true or not, but was there no Democrat after Jimmy Carter for almost 20 years?
No, that's not true. 12 years.
Okay.
We had after Jimmy Carter, we had Ronald Reagan for 8, and then Bush 1 for 4. And then we had Clinton. 12 years.
Well, I just want to make a prediction. I think after Biden, there's not going to be another Democrat for 30 years. I mean, he's really, destroying this country and, in all ways that you could possibly do it. I mean, gas. I just filled up my truck yesterday and then two lawnmowers, and it cost me $185.
Oh, my goodness.
To do that. And that's, yeah, I mean, I've never, ever, ever paid that much for gas as long as I've been driving, ever.
That's a shame.
That goes back to 2008, and it's really hurting a lot of people. I mean,
it's hurting everyone because it's hurting everyone because the price of gas drives up the cost of every product because everything's transported with gasoline, all the store products and everything.
And, today I would be going around looking for garage sales or shopping around in town here. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm sitting here at the house, like a house arrest, basically. Yeah,
I know what you mean. I've got my scooter, my MAGA scooter. I'm driving that more, because it's 50 miles a gallon. Costs me, about a gallon or so to fill it up to save money. It's outrageously expensive. And here's the scary thing, all right? Gas prices on the national average as of this morning have officially doubled since Biden took office. And that doesn't mean they're done. They're going to continue to go up, right? Because he's doing nothing but things that are going to make it go up. So it's going to even get worse than this. He could drive us into a depression with the gas prices.
And what's going to happen when, he's using the strategic reserves that Trump filled basically for nothing? What's going to happen when we empty those? Because that's the only thing he's doing. He's not doing anything else.
The other day he called up Venezuela. Venezuela's an OPEC nation. A lot of you don't know that. To send us some more gas. We have plenty here. Drill, baby, drill. Right, Sarah Palin.
Right. Well, he's calling Venezuela and then saying how bad Russia is, but Venezuela is not much better than Russia. I mean, you can't have one or the other. Russia's not good, but neither is Venezuela. So why is he choosing? Well, we'll go to Venezuela and get their oil.
Listen, because Donald Trump increased oil production so much in this country, if Biden does anything to increase production by a gallon, they'll say he's doing what Trump did, and he doesn't want that to happen. The people around him can't allow that to happen.
Right. And another thing is, another thing I wanted to add, and I was talking to Rome, Wisconsin on the chat. cat food, actually, cat food, for whatever reason, cat food is getting hard to find. You know, I've been going to stores, and I've seen a lot of empty shelves just on cat food. Dog food, not so much. So if, you know, people that have cats out there, make sure, you know, that you get what you need, because I just around my area here, just, you know, it's like I see more empty shelves, and I don't see them being filled back up for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but.
Well, there's still a
just
supply chain crisis. The supply chain issue was never resolved. You know, all the problems that this country has faced since Biden has been in the White House, they haven't done anything to fix any of them. They just wait to see if they fix themselves.
Yeah, and that's not, you know, and that's what I liked about Trump. You know, being a CEO of a company, you can't just ignore a problem. You know, it's like if a doctor tells you, hey, you know, you're going to have a heart attack possibly here. What do you want to do? You want to take some medicine, or you want to, you know, Biden would just say, oh, I'll just keep going. Just, you know, just ignore the problem and it'll fix itself. That's
well,
not
one
how
thing
it
I
works.
noticed, because my wife and I, we don't go to the grocery store too much. We do most of our grocery shopping by Instacart. And last weekend, a couple days before that, we actually went to the store to do some grocery shopping in person for the first time in months. And one thing I noticed is there were far fewer items on sale. And I think that's because things are the stores can't afford to, you know, a lot of stores that sell groceries will lose some profit or even lose money on a sale item that could get you in there to buy other things. And they can't afford to do that right now. So there's fewer sale items because the stores are not able to, you know, take that hit, you know. And you know, this is I'm not saying, obviously I'm partisan. I love Trump, man. I mean, you know, but this is beyond that. I mean, this is people say Jimmy Carter was at least trying to fix things. His ideas may have been wrong, but he was trying to fix things. This guy is just sitting back, waiting for Hunter to send him the next porn link. It's true.
Oh my!
What's he doing? What's he doing?
He's really not doing much. I mean, they
nothing.
Every single report I see on gas prices now, they add that, oh, he's going to be going to Saudi Arabia soon, and that's not going to fix anything. You know, he's not. Those Saudi Arabians, they're making huge profits because they don't have to
Saudi
produce as
Arabia
much.
loves this. U.S. production is down, and prices are up. Saudi Arabia loves Biden because the gas is so expensive now. That's what they want.
Right, and I think a lot of people even around here in Central PA, that may have voted Biden because, you know, the media told them how bad the Orange Man was. A lot of people around here, I've seen people taking off their Biden stickers, you know, on their car. I would drive by and see a Biden sticker on a particular car. It's no longer there, okay?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that have sour taste in their mouth.
Well, last weekend, I went to Mar-a-Lago, and when I left Mar-a-Lago, I went and got gas at the gas station down the street from Mar-a-Lago, the closest gas station to Mar-a-Lago. So this is the gas station that Trump goes to. You know, well, you know, he doesn't pump his own anymore, but his staff, this is where they fill up the Trump cars, right? And on every pump, I mean, this is, I didn't show this on my vlog because I'd already finished vlogging and my phone was dead. But next time I go up there, I'll show this. This gas station is walking distance from President Trump's house, and it's a brand new remodeled gas station. Because it's near Mar-a-Lago, it's got to be the best. Every gas pump had a Joe Biden "I did it" sticker on it, pointing to the gas price. Right down, I mean, like walking a couple blocks from Mar-a-Lago.
Right. And, you know, I haven't seen that many anymore. I could see the remnants of them, but people have been pulling them off. I think it's the gas, you know.
It's
the
illegal. It's illegal to put stickers on gas pumps, so don't do it. I would not. It is illegal to do it. You can get in trouble for it. But people are still doing it.
Right.
But I think, and I know this sounds bizarre, I think some gas station owners are doing it so that the stickers are already there and they're nice and neat, so that people don't just start plastering the pumps with them. Because you see, you know, pretty much every gas station I go to, if there's not a Biden sticker on it, there's what's left of a Biden sticker they've attempted to peel off, or someone has written on permanent marker F Joe Biden on it. on the gas pump. I see that a lot too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like to add today, and I'll let somebody else call in.
All right. Well, hey, listen. Appreciate the call, man, from
Brian.
Pennsylvania. Absolutely. Yeah. By the way, you guys are welcome to call me live on the stream here. So let's get back to this thing with Pizza Hut. By the way, the number to call in is the same one I use on the radio, 888-465-2631. So Pizza Hut features book about drag kids aimed at children in pre-kindergarten. And this is, like I say, I'm assuming this is a biologic boy who is now transgender. Let's see here. This is in the Gateway Pundit. Pizza Hut featured a book about drag kids as part of its reading incentive program aimed at children as young as pre-kindergarten. A book about drag kids titled Big Wig was promoted to children as young as 4. The book celebrates little boys who perform for adults while dressed in wigs, heavy makeup, and dresses. When a child dresses in drag to compete in a neighborhood costume competition, he becomes BB Bedazzle. A key part of BB Bedazzle's ensemble is a wig called Wig. Together, they are an unstoppable drag queen team. But Wig feels inadequate compared to the other bigger wigs. When Wig flies off BB's head, she goes from kid to kid, instilling confidence and inspiring dreams in those who wear her. Isn't that nice? I'll take another call here. Hey there, you're on the stream live. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm Jay from Texas.
Yes, Jay in Texas. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is these high gas prices.
Yeah.
And, do you think we're in World War III already? That's why you see all this stuff happening.
Well, with Ukraine and Russia?
Well, it's not just Ukraine. You know that, right?
Oh, who is it?
You know, it's not just you.
Well, tell me who it is.
Just Ukraine. You know.
Well, tell me who it is.
NATO's over there.
NATO
over there too, right?
No. The answer, no. Is this World War III? No, this is not World War III.
You really don't think that?
I know it's not World War III.
You really so you.
Okay, what is NATO?
It's an alliance.
Well, what is it? Do you know what it? Okay, it's an alliance of what countries?
Well, its main purpose was to keep Germany down, keep Russia out, and keep the Americans.
Keep Germany down.
Basically.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
I'm for NATO, but that's what it was for.
Well, you don't even. Well, no, it was not what it was for. It was. I am not for NATO. Myself.
Well, I am because.
Well, maybe you should know. Okay, then tell me what NATO stands for. NATO. What does it stand for? Like NASA, National Aeronautical.
The North Atlantic Treaty, right? It's a
North Atlantic Treaty.
Between
what's the O?
Organization.
There you go. Okay, that's correct.
I mean,
NATO, and it is.
It's
an alliance.
We're talking about.
It's an alliance made up of mostly countries where.
Countries in Europe, right?
Europe. Okay. Yes. Right. And we're in it. We're in it too. We're part of it. NATO was formed not to keep Germany down. It was formed after the Second World War to keep Russia from further advancing into. Because after the war, Russia, when they went after, they fought Germany on one side, we fought them on the rest, and Russia kept all the territory it gained that was Nazi-occupied, territory. So we didn't want them to take over France and places like that. So NATO was to stop Russia. NATO was basically, even though we're a part of it, is a European organization, a European alliance about Russia. So no, a European war is not a world war.
Well, you do know Germany and Russia were aligned in World War II over Poland, right? You do know that, right?
That was
they made a pact.
That it fell apart when Hitler attacked Russia.
Because Russia was going to attack Hitler, and then Hitler was like, "Nah, we're going to do it first."
No, Russia was not going to attack Germany. Hitler attacked Russia.
They were lining
Hitler
up,
attacked Russia.
They were lining up all their gear on there. You could even read it in.
Read it where. Russia was not going to attack Germany. Germany attacked Russia. But why are we talking about 1940? It's 2022.
Well, because back then, people in America didn't know what was going on over there.
Oh, they knew what was going on.
There was a Great Depression.
They knew what was going on.
There was a Great Depression here.
No. There was not only did Americans not only
Dude.
Not only did Americans know what was going on, you know, this country, I'll talk about this for a second. The war in Europe began in 1939. The Second World War officially began, you know, with the attack on Poland, right? The Democrats who were running this country, right? Democrats ran the Congress and the White House, Franklin Roosevelt. And the Democrats, including Democrats in the media at the time, New York Times and all those liberal jerks, were opposed to U.S. involvement in the Second World War. They said this is a European conflict until something
because
happened.
The American people were opposed to it.
No. The Democrats were opposed to getting involved in stopping the Nazis until something happened. Do you know what happened?
Pearl Harbor, yeah, but the
no,
American
not Pearl
people were
Harbor.
opposed
Oh
to
my
it, 'cause
gosh!
in
Goodness.
1932,
Are you? Do you smoke weed? Do you smoke weed?
No, I'm telling you, in 1932, the World War I veterans.
Right, you don't know what you're talking about. You know,
their
no, all right. No, I'm making a
yes,
point
I
here.
Do.
No, you don't. You got some facts here and there, but you have no context. No, Franklin Roosevelt, the Democrats, and the Democrat-controlled media were opposed to stopping Adolf Hitler, and they knew what he was all about, everything he was doing until. Well, I haven't made my perspective yet to disagree with. The Democrats were opposed to stopping the Nazis until they attacked Russia, and when they attacked Russia, all of a sudden the Democrats said, "You've gone too far," because the Democrats, and back then, just like today, are communist, and they got very upset when the Soviet Union was attacked. That's when they said, Chancellor Hitler, you've gone too far. You can't attack our best hope.
Republican, Democrat, I don't agree with those terms because
you don't agree with those terms.
15% of Americans, 15% of Americans vote Democrat, 50% of Americans vote Republican, about 70% don't even care. They don't even care. Like
wait,
I
if
said,
50%, 70%, how? Wait, if 50%,
people just want to eat.
Okay, all right.
People just want to
eat.
All
right, thank you. If 50% are Republican and 50% are Democrats, how can 70% be doing something else? The greatest of all wholes 100%, not 170%. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, he's calling from California. In California, it's 5:30 in the morning, so I'll give him a break. He may not have been high. He just may have been tired, not quite woken up yet, right? I mean, you know. It's possible. It's you never know. You never know. Oh man. By the way, guys, okay, just let me finish up on this thing on Pizza Hut. I was looking into this, and apparently Pizza Hut does a reading initiative each and every year. And this year they picked Bigwig, this strange thing that's going on. You know, a lot of people ask what has happened here. I have not had a pizza from Pizza Hut in years. How long has it been since you've had a Pizza Hut pizza? I have picked up at Target once or twice. I have picked up, like they sell at Target, the personal pan pizzas. I've gotten those a couple times because I was starving. They're tasteless. I mean, think about it. When is the last time you went to Pizza Hut? We don't even have a Pizza Hut where you can sit down and have a meal anymore, or ordered for delivery a Pizza Hut pizza. I don't think I have probably not ordered a Pizza Hut pizza in 20 plus years. I cannot remember the last time I ordered a Pizza Hut pizza. Why would you do that? First off, you want pizzeria pizza. That's the best. Yeah. So, a lot of people are saying, why would they do this? Why would they do this? This is a very misguided marketing campaign. Right now, this morning, when I got up, I was seeing what was trending on Twitter, and Pizza Hut's trending. Pizza Hut's trending. And everyone's talking about Pizza Hut. They have some wackadoodle marketing expert who has gotten it. See, there's that old thing from Andy Warhol. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Was it Andy Warhol who said that, or Barnum? I don't remember who said that. There's no such thing as bad publicity. I can't remember who said it. Was it P.T. Barnum who said that? A lot of people believe there's no such thing as bad publicity. Well, Ted Bundy's pretty famous. BTK is pretty famous. Believe me, there is a such thing as bad publicity. So the fact that some idiot marketing lunatic thought that this was a good idea, and we'll get Pizza Hut trending. Everyone will be talking about Pizza Hut. This was a stupid marketing ploy that really has backfired because, everyone's talking about Pizza Hut, but they're talking about it in a negative way. And I'll tell you, what's even worse than these things here is the taste of a Pizza Hut pizza. A Pizza Hut pizza is tasteless. Tasteless. And I'll tell you, I do get those pan pizzas at Target from time to time. No taste to it. Even the pepperoni is tasteless. So now this is just a very stupid thing that some idiot in their marketing department came up with. And really what they've done is damaged the brand of Pizza Hut. Not that it had much of a brand, but they've damaged the brand of it. So I guess we can all say we're not going to be eating Pizza Hut pizza, but the fact is no one eats Pizza Hut pizza anymore, right? I mean, there was a time when people ate Pizza Hut all the time and went to the Pizza Hut restaurant. We had a Pizza Hut in my neighborhood. It closed down, and they turned it into a marijuana dispensary, right? They got marijuana doctors in there now. So that's it. I like pizzeria pizza myself. Hey, guys, listen, thanks, everyone, for joining me on the stream today. Don't forget, check out my podcast that I uploaded last night. It's a very good podcast with some incredible stuff about my great Governor Ron DeSantis. You will not want to miss it. And before you go, if you're not already, please subscribe. And those of you who are already subscribed, don't leave without liking the video. All right? Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow morning.